Leo, what does it say about having the youngest team in the AHL beat the oldest team in the AHL?
Is that what it is? I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you look at the roster, I got the roster in the morning. I was like, holy smokes. I mean, you look at David Camp played in the NHL for a fourth line center, like Vinny Lettieri. Like you can go Penzata, Henry Thrun. Like, I mean, it's as good as a lineup as you're going to see in our league. Like, top to bottom, they have a really good team, and I knew it would be a big test for our group. But like I said in pregame, like fully confident in our group, I knew we'd be ready to play. I thought third period they pushed a little bit, but I loved, the way we skated and competed, and I think we did a really good job. You see Kuntar and Jags out there, like they tilted the ice some shifts. Some things I thought we defended really hard. Those goals around the net, we were there. Like I didn't think it was missed coverage, it just missed assignments on the back post. But I love the way we played tonight, really. And losing, awesome for Dunner. Amazing person, amazing player, rightfully so. Earned the opportunity to go up, and Carson Myers out of lineup. That those are two big cogs in the wheel, and I thought our young kids played great, like all night. Sure, there's things we need to work on, but what we were looking for in the game from our group, theme this year is like a hunting mentality, and I thought they were great.
You had a great team last year. Does this year's club shape up to be a more physically hard to play against team?
I think so. I do. I think it's still early, but I just like, getting Lecision's a big piece to this. When you look at a guy that's played in the NHL, played for the Vegas Golden Knights, big time NHL team, like he's a really good player, plays hard. You can kind of see it last year with Jags, but given his injury last summer, he didn't get to train. So, Jags looks like a completely different player out there. And then you see Kuntar, how he could have an impact on the game to get more heavier. We have enough skill in our top six, and we're missing, Carson Myers, a really good player in this league. Guys stepping up, and War Dog Slags give you everything they got, but I think we did get heavier. And I like the brand of hockey we played tonight.
How big? Kuntar, they hit behind the net, leads to a penalty. Yeah. I don't know what instigating is anymore, but
I'm not. I thought the same thing.
Seemed to be textbook. And then Rathbone with a big hit, turnover, boom, you scored the other way.
I think it's just we talked about it with the group, and I don't like talking about last year or the team before because this is a new group. I felt we did a lot of really good things last year, but I think we could take our game to another level with some more jam and some more intensity and the swagger you have to have where you're not going to be pushed around. Now, I wouldn't say pushed around, but you play a lot. You play the Syracuse's, the Laval. These are different animals, like when you have to go to Syracuse and play, and I just think the guys that we have now are just play a certain way, and you saw that tonight, and I'm really happy for those guys. Kuntar's getting a different look from a different organization. We wanted Jags back because we trusted that he would have a big summer, and we saw that, his gas tank ran out a lot last year, so we had to spot him in when he was going to play, and he can give you 8 to 9 minutes, to empty that tank. But now, he even at Buffalo, he tested one of the best athletes at camp. I knew a lot about him because he played at Michigan State. I heard rave reviews. He's a great culture guy, and you saw that tonight. Like he was going, and I think he could help out on the kill. We haven't put him in there yet, but he's so long and rangy. He disrupts a lot of plays. I'm just really happy for him and proud because he put a lot of work in this summer.
He's not, right off the opening face-off, he gets a smart opportunity, 2 goals. Just what did he show you tonight? After a tough
he was skating. He was skating. Like he's skating when when his version of compete is going to look different than someone else on the third or fourth line. He's not going to go out there and blow guys up, but it's getting in on the forecheck with his speed, disrupting plays with his stick, getting on the inside of the rink, and I thought he did a really good job of that tonight. I thought that line was great. I thought Wally was skating. I thought Helly played a really mature game for a second-year player, and he was matched up a guy that's played 500 games in the NHL all night. So, yeah, Rosie was great when he's skating, and especially with those power play guys early, even when you don't score. I've said it in the past, but you get confidence. You know, they had a lot of – Rosie had the back door. They had a lot of really nice plays. And then when you get one, it gives you a lot of confidence as a skilled player. And I thought it carried over to this the second period and the rest of the game.
Do you think he underwhelmed a little publicly during training camp? I don't mean those guys, but I mean, it seemed like he never really got it.
Yeah, no, it's tough to evaluate sometimes, you know. Yeah, it's hard for me to say. Like, I think there was moments where he played good. Yeah, I don't really have a comment. Like, I thought he was fine, but there was more for sure. And I think you saw that tonight. Like, I guess you would say it didn't go well there. You know, you have a choice to either sulk about it or move on, and had a great week of practice, and I thought he was really good tonight.
What did you see from Mert?
Man, for an 18-year-old player playing in the American Hockey League, I thought he was great. Physical, moves the puck well. Really, really good hockey sense for such a big, strong, athletic kid. And the scariest part is he's not even close to, like, what his ceiling is physically. Like, he's probably can gain 15 to 20 more pounds in the next, you know, his time frame, whatever the time is for him to be an NHL player. But some of his exits, his poise with the puck, you know, young kids probably throw it up the wall. He gets over it, gets his head up. He's really good at scanning the ice, like pre-scanning before he gets the puck. It allows him to play fast. He was really impressive tonight. Got an assist, big block, killed penalties. I thought he was fantastic.
What does that mean when you see a guy like that play the way he did in the prospects jobs, where you expect him to be maybe better than a lot of those guys, but he just keeps doing it the same way?
Yeah. No, it's really impressive. I think the one thing about him is he's just a hockey. He's a really humble kid. He shows up to the rink, works, and he's just like this. Like, you would never know it was his first Pro Hockey League game at 18 years old. Like, he's in a really impressive, you know, kid, and it's been really enjoyable to be around, and he just shows up to the rink, works, and you would never know. He carries himself like he's played, you know, for some time now. And yeah, it's, you know, when you, especially for a 6'6" that's going to be 230 pounds, like, those guys usually don't last that long in the draft, you know. Like, really, like, anytime you're picking, you know, in the top 10, you're trying to get a top 4D and a top 6 forward, and he, you know, he's going to play for a long time. And his ceiling, he's just scratching the surface, but really impressive, the poise and composure that he showed tonight.
What's the plan? Because, you know, talking with Kevin and talking with you, it almost sounded like Seattle was, you guys were leaning towards Seattle. I mean,
yeah, I might lock his stuff in his hotel room or something. I don't know. But I don't know. Whatever the group chooses to do, I fully support. I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's, you know, given the injuries, what has happened up there's some guys playing. It opened up a spot here right now, and then we'll see how it goes. Like, you know, I was in the development with USHL. I've been around the national program. I understand, like, how important the development is. So I see both ways. Like, you go to junior hockey, you're going to get more touches. You're going to be on the power play, but most likely you're not going to have to defend like how you have to defend out here against big, heavy bodies, which you're ultimately going to have to do at the next level. So I see it both ways. Whatever our management group chooses to do in the near future, I fully support. But it's nice having him here now.
You have to balance, is it better to compete against, bigger,
No, I know,
stronger,
I know,
older,
it
or
really is.
dominating?
Yeah, no, I know. You never know. Like, you just never know. Like, you could look at it both ways. Like, he goes there and he rips it up, but he has the, puck the whole time, and he's not really defending. And then he plays here. You could look at it like he's going to be overwhelmed. Like, there's a million different ways you could look at it. There's pros and cons, and ultimately it's whatever the decision is to try to get him to keep taking steps,
One goal game late.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
have young players taking defensive zone draws.
Yeah.
That was the blueprint for the year, I assume.
Yeah. I'm, you guys know, like, whoever's playing good, I'm going to put on the ice at the end of the game. And I felt those guys earned the right to play at the end of the game. And getting him in those tight game situations where you're in that environment, home crowd, first game of the year, where there's a lot of stress in the game. And I think it's good to, you don't know unless you get them out there and see what they can do in those pressure situations. So, yeah, they played really good tonight, and I thought that's why they earned the right to go out there at the end. But those guys, you're the grinders, I call them. They're usually going to get a lot of D-zone starts, but your best players have to be your best players in the crunch time when it's 5-on-6, 6-on-5, and they're really smart. They probably make different reads. They anticipate a little better where the puck is going to go, because they're usually on the other side of it, and I thought they did a really good job of that.
You expect, go ahead.
Zach Metzla's first time leading the team out as the captain. How do you think you handled that both on and off the ice?
I thought he was great. With Mets, it's, nothing's too much for him. He was a captain of a national championship college team, stays even keel. He's a captain, but it really doesn't change how he operates and how he carries himself. Gave a really good speech to the team before the season started when Donnie presented the captains, and I thought it bled over to the team, and we're happy he's leading our group.
Do you expect Gorgiev to come to report, or is that
I think
air?
the plan is for him to be here on Monday. That's the plan. So then kind of reevaluate where things are, and you have 3 goalies. It's better to have 3 than 1 for sure, but then we just see where it goes.